Hello scholars, today we are going to do a Kami assignment and learn how to use a Kami. So your Kami assignments will be posted in Google Classroom. So here I am on my Google Classroom homepage. I'm going to go into my Google Classroom, and since I know I'm doing an assignment, I can see I have some assignments due coming up. Here's my Zoom link for later, but I want to go into classwork because that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this nouns practice. I know it's in math class right now, and that's a language arts assignment, but that's okay. This is just for show. So I'm going to go here. So here's my actual assignment down here, but this is how to add Kami to your account. So the very first time you're on a device and you're going to do a Kami assignment, you're going to have to go through these directions. So I open up the directions, and step one, it wants you to install the Kami extension in your Chrome browser from this website here. So I'm going to go to this website, and mine says remove from Chrome because I already have it installed. Yours will say add to Chrome. So you would click add to Chrome and then wait for it to finish, and then you want to add the extension. And then after you've added the extension, then you're going to go to your Google Classroom, which we'll go back in a second, and open your assignment with Kami. Because I've used Kami before on this account, it won't ask me step 3, but when it does ask you to allow Google Drive, you guys know that you do that on other things, I know. And then it's going to ask you who you're using Kami for. You are a K-12 school, and you are a student. Okay, and then we'll talk about that when we get in the assignment. So let's go back to our Google Classroom, and now we can actually open the assignment. So first it brings you to this. Here's where it is open with Kami. So in order to be able to write on my assignment, I have to open it with Kami, and I'm going to open it in a new window. Okay, I'm not going to Kami Connector. Okay, so here is my assignment. So first thing I need to do is write my name. In order to write my name, I'm going to use a text box. So I come over here to the menu and I click text box, and I go ahead and click on it over here. And I'm going to write my name. This is Wallace. I can't see because the bar's in the way. It'll go in a second. I can see if I'm right. So I put my name there, and then I can click that off. So there's my name now in a text box. If this were a word I don't understand, I can use dictionary, and if I highlight the word, it'll give me a dictionary definition, so I know what that means. If I am struggling with my reading today and I want the program to read to me, maybe I'm tired, or maybe it has words that are big and I really don't know how to read them very well, so I can do text-to-speech. And it will read the sentence to me. So that is there. If this assignment requires me to highlight something or mark something up, I click on this markup, and I have a text highlighter, a box highlighter. I can strike through, or I can underline. So let's say I want to underline. I want to use blue, so I want to underline where they did. So I'm going to just highlight that, click on it, and now it has a blue underline with the underline that they have. If I wanted to do a box highlighter, I would just make like a box and stretch it across. And that's how I could highlight. The comments we don't need. Text box we already did. We just click on the space. And we're going to use that text box over here. If this was a math assignment, you might want to use the equation button, because if I click this here, it gives me all the math symbols. Let's see, where's the ones that we will most likely use? Oh, right here in the middle, minus, multiplies, division sign, equal, here's not equal, greater than, less than and equal to, greater than and equal to, about. So those kind of middle ones there are the ones that we will use in our class for math, should you do an assignment for Kami, or for math on Kami. Here's the drawing tool. So let's say you have to fill in shade in a fraction or something like that, you can use the drawing tool. So let's just say if I had to, I would want it darker than that, so I could make my thickness darker. Like if I was going to fill in a box or something, I could use that drawing tool. If I needed to add a shape in there somewhere, I click shapes, There you go, I can add my shape, and then here's my eraser, and I can get rid of any of that stuff that I don't need or want. We're not going to worry about image or signature here. If for some reason the toolbar over here bothers you, you can put it on that side. That's just a preference. So let's look at how we would do this this assignment. We're going to need the text box. So they did these first three for us. And the directions are to find the nouns in the following sentences. So number 1, my cat is gray and white. So I like that they underlined it in the sentence and then they also wrote it on the line. So let's underline. So we need our markup tool. We need to underline. And I can continue to underline in blue. So the noun here, my cat is gray and white, is cat. The truck was loud. The noun there is truck, person, place, or thing. That grasshopper jumps high. I would underline grasshopper. The dog ran fast. Her phone is blue. The noun, person, place, or thing, is phone. Andrew is great at drawing, person, place, or thing. I would underline Andrew. Oop, not the whole thing. Erase, erase. There we go. So you get the idea. We're not going to do the whole page for this example, but you get the idea. Then I would go back to get my text box, go back to number 1, and I would click up there, and there's my text box, and the answer, the noun in the number 1 was cat. And the noun for number 2 was truck. And the noun for number 3, grasshopper. Do you notice that as long as I'm clicked on that tool, I just have to keep moving down and clicking, and I can type in the next one. I don't have to go over and click the text box tool every time. I can just move my cursor where I want the next box and click, and then I can automatically and put the word on the line there. So obviously if I was going to turn this in, I would do the whole assignment before turning this in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought in the middle of the video. That's okay. So I think that's all the tools. Up here is just like on Microsoft Word or Google Docs, where you can change the size of the font. You can make it bold, italics, underlines. You can change the color up here, so you can put some bullets in case you have something where you're like trying to write a short answer or something. So all of those tools are up here at the top, just like on regularly where you would type. So when I'm all done, so pretend that I finished that whole thing, I would come up here to turn in. If you would want to print it for some reason, if you're afraid, like you've had trouble in the past with things that disappear when you turn it in or something and you don't feel, you want to be sure and you have a printer, you could click print. Otherwise, you're just going to click turn in. And do you want to turn it in here? Let's save it first because it says there's 12 unsaved changes. So I want to save it first. There we go. We want to make sure it says all changes saved. Because if you turn it in without all changes saved, you might not get full credit, right? It might show that you didn't do it. And then I can turn it in. Now when I turn it in here on Kami, it is automatically turning it in my Google Classroom. So I can go back to my Google Classroom. Go back, this arrow takes me back. If I go back to this Google Classroom, I need to wait just a second. It takes a second. You can see here it says turned in. So I know that that is done. I can view it here if I want to see, make sure. See, it says unsubmit, right? It says turned in. I've already submitted it, so I don't want to unsubmit it because I'm done and I feel good about that. And that's it. Then this Kami assignment is finished and you're all done. All right, so see you next time.